Uncle Frank, have you heard about Chaotic? Uncle Frank, did you know that Chaotic is coming back? Uncle Frank, have you talked about Chaotic yet? Hey there, kiddos, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Frank, hoping that you are having a great day, and in today's video, we're sitting back in the very squeaky chair, relaxing, and I guess you guys want me to talk about the Chaotic TCG. Because, yeah, I've been getting a bunch of messages about it. This is perhaps, in the history of my channel, the one topic that's gotten the most messages in the last, week. I've been having so many people emailing me, especially, like, hey, they've been sending me links to the website. Hey, did you hear about this? So, yeah, let's talk about the history of Chaotic and what I think about the return overall. Because apparently it is big news. So, if you don't know, then Chaotic was a TCG based off of a cartoon from 2006 that ran for about 3 seasons, I think. 06 to 010, if I recall correctly. And it also had a video game, and I think a comic series, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, in 2007, there was the Chaotic TCG based on the Chaotic cartoon. And, you know, it was a successful enough TCG. Had several expansions, over 8 expansions, actually, if I recall correctly. And the noteworthy thing was, for back then, this card game was really ahead of its time, because in addition to being a physical card game that you could play with your friends, all of the cards, or at least most of the cards, because I know that there were some promo cards you couldn't use, a lot of the cards you could scan using a little code on the card and play online. So it was a digitally integrated online TCG that you could only get the digital cards by playing with the physical cards. That's really cool. It's kind of like how a lot of early Yu-Gi-Oh video games let you use the code on the Yu-Gi-Oh cards to unlock the card in the game. But broader. And without the janky game mechanics of the early Yu-Gi-Oh video games. So yeah, this TCG came out in 2007, and I think by 2013 or 2014, it had died and gone by the wayside and had been forgotten. And honestly, I had completely forgotten about it, because Chaotic to me was not something that ever really stood out in the grand scheme of things. I think I might have tried it once or twice back in the day, but it wasn't really something I paid a lot of attention to, especially since by that point, 2007, a lot of my card game focus was either on some minor TCGs that would come out and, you know, vanish overnight, basically, or I was still playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! And when I wasn't playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I was also playing a lot of Duel Masters at the time, because that was quite an addictive game, if I have to say so myself. But yeah, so the original game was dead by 2014, and had kind of gone dormant. And from what I understand, very loud cars zipping by. From what I understand, it was there has been some effort by the guy who owns the copyright to Chaotic to revive it. And earlier this month, the website for Chaotic suddenly came back online with a little countdown timer. And then finally the website itself went fully live with a really nice, check the website out, it has a nice interface, it feels cool to scroll through, it's really fun. Small window of visibility though. But yeah, the website is back online, and it has confirmed that, yes, later this year, the Chaotic TCG is planned to return, with organized play being intended for a start early next year. So that's really cool and really interesting, because this is an excellent example of a TCG that has come back from the dead, a zombie TCG, if you would. And there's a lot to be said about that, because if any card games can come back from the dead officially in an official capacity, yes, I know we've talked about the Harry Potter TCG before and how it was kept going by dedicated fans, but here we have an official TCG continuation, or perhaps a sequel. They've talked about updated mechanics and rules and all that jazz, so it's probably not exactly like the original Chaotic TCG. It might be similar to like what Legend of the Five Rings had, where there's 2 technically different versions of the game, but I'm curious to see what this will result in. Another thing that the website had was a few things, actually. They had episodes of the cartoon for viewing if you had an account with them. I don't, so I don't know how high quality those episodes are, but I don't remember ever watching the old Chaotic cartoon, except for, like I said, I might have caught like a few episodes at some point, but it wasn't really high on my radar. The website also has news, and one of those news articles is that they do plan to commit to digital integration with this new version of the card game. So if you were a fan of that old version's interlocking of physical and digital, the new version will apparently have an app that lets you scan your cards and automatically add them to your digital library for play, which is really cool if it works out as intended, where you can just rip open a pack, scan all the cards, and just immediately start playing them digitally in some kind of TCG MMO. But yeah, that was the big news article of the week, of the month, really, because, like I said, there's a lot of enthusiasm for this, which, I mean, I understand if you guys are fans of this. Cool, good on you, good showing. But yeah, it seems like a lot of people are super excited and super hyped about this, which really surprises me with the sheer amount of people who've been messaging me about this and the videos I've seen about it, because, again, Chaotic never really struck me as something that was all that popular back in the day. Like I said, there was a bunch of... The early 2000s had a lot of card games. The second wave of the TCG craze had hit by this point, so a lot of cartoons and anime were getting their own TCGs. There was Naruto, Bleach, Inuyasha had a card game. Mega Man, the Mega Man NT Warrior card game, which you should totally play, by the way, was out by this point. There was a slew of card games. So to me, Chaotic was just one of many that had come and gone in the past and never really stuck out to me. And, you know, I was racking my brain earlier today to try to think, like, do I ever recall, like, major popularity for Chaotic as a brand? I didn't. I struggled, especially since by the time Chaotic had come and gone, not only had the TCG crazes come and gone twice over, but there was also the Bakugan and Beyblade thing. Like, those things were huge. I might have talked about Bakugan and Beyblade at some point on the channel. If I haven't, I'm definitely going to talk about Bakugan, because that warrants a whole discussion video of its own. But that was a huge craze for a bit. You couldn't get enough Bakugan or Beyblade. And that coincides well with when this TCG would have been on the market. So yeah, I'm just kind of surprised by how much genuine enthusiasm and excitement is out there for this game. So as a direct result of all of you guys being apparently super hyped about it, I am going to be keeping an eye on the Chaotic TCG. I am going to look forward to the new release. And of course, I'm going to give it a try. I have, full disclosure, not tried the original Chaotic TCG, or at least I don't remember having played it a whole lot. If it came up, then I just don't remember. Again, maybe I played it once or twice, but it doesn't stick out to me. It doesn't strike me as the kind of thing that if I played it, it didn't stick with me, basically. Again, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Duel Masters, Mega Man. I know I wasn't playing Mega Man until much later, but still. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm happy that you guys all seem excited, because that's, it feels like genuine optimism to me. Good on you guys. Your uncle's happy that you guys are excited for something. So yeah, that's the big news of the day. I'm going to leave it at that, because I don't really have a whole lot more to say on it. So if you guys liked this, that was the big news. Chaotic is coming back. Awesome. Thank you guys again for watching. Please leave a like, share, subscribe. That really helps the channel out. Leave a comment down below. Are you one of the multitudes who are super excited about Chaotic's return? If so, let me know. And let me know why you're excited. Were you a fan of the original cartoon or the game? Let me know. And of course, you can check out the Patreon, the Discord, and the TCG player link. All those are below. And yeah, that's all I got. Thanks again. Have a good one. Boop.